Hey there, my name is Pravus. Welcome to more Rebel Inc. Escalation Custom Scenarios. There was another scenario in the June monthly spotlight that did catch my attention. I thought looked pretty interesting. The Development Minister. Rollout of initiatives unsupervised can cause a lot of corruption risk, so you have to deploy multiple experts to roll out the initiatives, and the initiatives rollout will be free and they can cover neighboring zones. How exactly this is going to be different from the regular development director we've already got, I don't know, but it does seem like if we try to buy initiatives on our own, it's going to come at a pretty high cost. You have to rely very heavily on experts. That is at least what I'm assuming based on what I'm seeing so far. I'll play with the doctor, tribal elder, celebrity, local politician, chef, and logistics expert today. I don't see any reason to mess with that, and this is going to be called Loyal Loader? Loader of what exactly? I don't know. Hey, look, it's the same map we played on last time. Fun. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start off our HQ probably right along over here. We do have a couple of stabilized zones early on, which is going to be nice. For our modifiers, every time we destroy a camp, we get money. I like that idea. That does mean that airstrikes become extra good. Start with more stabilized zones. Well, I don't think that quite worked in tandem with the advisor I got, so that's unfortunate. Experts do not cause money to roll out initiatives. Normally, when you place down an expert right into a particular zone, then every time that they do roll something out, it costs you like $1. It's a discount, but it does take time to roll out and you have no control over what it is. This time, they're free. So experts are the path to victory. If you fund a civilian initiative without using an expert, the corruption risk goes up by a lot. Locals have more concerns that need to be addressed. They're more sensitive to corruption, which means we really cannot just ignore corruption and lose reputation. We have to play around it. And then also, if my soldiers retreat, some may be bribed by the insurgents to join them. So losing fights becomes extra bad. All right, that's fun. By the way, that is a different picture from the director I actually had earlier, but that's okay. We do start with all the discussions already done. That's pretty normal. There's district representatives, hiring experts, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and so on. Okay, well, in that case, what we're gonna do is start with actually intel and a water and some education initiatives and then more intel. Something I found out pretty recently, by the way, someone mentioned this in the Discord, and I actually had no idea this is the case. Apparently, picking up effective procurement, it's not really said in the description, but by picking this up, yes, you reduce corruption risk from picking up civilian initiatives, but also apparently you make all these initiatives cost more or something along those lines. I think that's how that worked, which is really interesting. Really interesting. By the way, I know that I wasn't supposed to pick up some initiatives, but things like education are really good, and water is going to be extra good on a desert map like this. We definitely want to have at least one level. We can just roll this out everywhere, and I think that's going to make my life a little bit easier. I do think that at least at the very beginning of the game, corruption's not something we're worried about because reputation isn't even enabled. So I'm okay with leaving this up for the moment. That may have been a mistake, though. Let's go ahead and hire some experts. Let's go ahead and hire 2 of them, actually. And we're going to go ahead and roll these guys out pretty much immediately. We're going to go to this city, for example, and let's say on our HQ. Now, suppose that these guys are able to roll out services in neighboring zones as well. I am watching a lot of services get built up right now, which is good. We're seeing water and education in particular. Some electricity getting built up over there. There's some telecoms and stuff. Okay. They should automatically prioritize any concerns from your people, which is a good thing. We do like that quite a lot. Let's see. PR Media Office will be good at some point. Let's get some level of anti-corruption. What do we have here, by the way? Unofficial procurement. If they roll in initiatives that haven't been funded, they increase corruption risk instead of costing money. This is useless because this is already exactly the premise of the scenario, so don't pick that one up. I'm going to go for another level of the experts instead. Seems like there's no downside to having 3 of them. Let's try placing them down over this direction. Now, experts, of course, are very vulnerable to getting attacked, so we have to be careful about that. Let's go ahead and prepare some land for some refugees. I don't mind that whatsoever. Just trying to build up a lot of stability. Let's go for that PR and media office so we can get a lot of extra value for every one of these initiatives that get built up. And I wouldn't be surprised if we find that all these cities and stuff end up turning over to my side very early on in this scenario. Not before the insurgents fire off, but getting kind of close to that. Let's go to strategic communications again. Unfortunately, things like even strategic communications, despite their value, does increase my corruption quite a bit. So we got to be worried about that. One thing that's interesting, though, my corruption is very high, and that's not very penalizing. That's not penalizing at all. I don't even care about that. I don't care about that at all. Expand the government office. New initiatives available. Cut investment. No, I'm not sure about that. Let's go ahead and start picking up things like some of our coalition soldiers. Plus, I want to grab something that's going to reduce the antagonizing. Let's place down here first, see if we can find a camp in this region. No camp. All right. I need a bit more money, and then we need to try challenging these guys, hopefully before they can go very far. $12 is what I'm shooting for. Okay, we found the camp, yes. I do not want them to take over a stabilized city. That would be quite bad. So let's try to get in over here and defend, which we should be able to do. Kick these guys back. I just want to get rid of some of these camps, chase them into the mountains. That doesn't bother me that much. Okay, they fired off over here as well. That's annoying, but we can deal with that. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and start moving these guys away a little bit from the areas they've already stabilized so we can focus elsewhere. I do need some more anti-corruption. Keep burning that down just a little bit. No problem, though. So many stabilized zones early on. I mean, like, really, we did not need to pick up the advisor for the free stabilized zones, it looks like. We would have been completely fine without them. Absolutely fine. All right, that's cool. Let's go ahead and move these guys over this direction next. I definitely need a lot more soldiers, like a lot more soldiers. $18 for the next one. Yeah, the problem with the development director is that military initiatives are more expensive. Usually, the big problem is that you're spending all your money on your experts, and therefore you can't afford your soldiers. In this case, though, we're not spending any money on initiatives, so that's actually not that big of a deal. Let's get in over here and see if we can just kill these guys off outright, then we can surround the mountains. As long as our experts are not surrounded by insurgents, though, we're not neighboring them, I'm not too worried. Those guys are all dead. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I just need one more round of soldiers here, we'll be fine. And then let's continue with things like probably the anti-corruption, or, you know, we could get the local militia, but that is a lot of corruption, I'm not gonna lie. It is a lot of corruption we're picking up. It's just we don't seem to be suffering for it very much. Let's do some extensive aid for a drought. We're up to 95 reputation. Losing 0.5 corruption per month is not exactly nice, but I don't feel like I'm in any danger either. So there you go. Yeah, anti-corruption teams are overwhelmed. Shocker. That's gonna happen. Let's go ahead and move these guys over this direction. As long as they don't take over the zone, we're okay. This is now a concern, so we do need to be careful about that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull you back, let's say over here. You can still affect neighboring zones, but we are gonna wanna kick these guys out of here at some point. If I can get some more soldiers, I'd happily clear this group out. We're going to threaten, try to just farm out a little bit of extra reputation. Some garrisons would actually solve some problems too, depending on where one fires. Right there is great. Okay. So instead of attacking the city, we're just going to accept that we're going to lose that. I'm going to clear this out first so I can just free out my soldiers and not even worry about holding this area. We can pull an expert back, stabilize here, and we're going to be fine. So yeah, we lose 2 reputation, but it's not a big deal if it's the first time that the city fell. Not that big a deal at all. Let's go ahead and move you there, and let's go ahead and move you here. Now, experts cannot go into zones where the soldiers are located. That is one downside, so we have to be careful about that. There's a camp over here. I am aware of that. Let's go for more anti-corruption, and I can't do any civilian initiatives. I want to get roads. That's the thing. I don't think experts build roads out, do they? Maybe they do. I don't see any evidence that they built out the roads. So I'm not going to improve my travel time. It looks like they built out the roads, doesn't it? Maybe not. I don't know. I definitely want to get that, though. But, okay. Roads are great, and if we're not going to have access, that just kind of makes me sad, but whatever. Let's go ahead and push in a position where I can take out the camp and push these guys out of here. I'm going to go ahead and move you into a different area instead. You can move up over here. Let's go ahead and stabilize these nearby areas. The garrison troops will be coming up pretty soon. Let's go ahead and threaten one more time, farm out a little extra reputation. Definitely starting to lose some to corruption now, though. 1.5 per month. Okay, admittedly, that does start to add up. Let's go ahead and do some purges of corruption. That'll help a smidge. And then I guess I'm going to go ahead and do one long extension over here. Yeah, that lost a lot of reputation, but I think we're going to be okay. I would like to get secure compounds. I'm not worried about that right now. I'd love to go ahead and get things like drones and airstrikes. Destroying camps is worth money, and that's usually a good thing. It's actually 2 camps over here now. Okay. Now, sometimes you have those pop-ups where you can get, let's say, reputation from destroying camps instead of money. I would have preferred that even more, but oh well. Foreign Relations Office is required to do the subtle pressure, so we'll go ahead and pick that up first. Gonna get ourselves not lots of extra cash. It's only worth 3, apparently. I call that disappointing, but alrighty. Let's see if we can chase these guys into the corner here in the mountains, and we'll finish them off from there. What else do we want to do? Speed up the roll of initiatives in a targeted zone, sure. And then movement speed, I just don't think it's worth the corruption to do that. So we're just going to sit back for a little bit and not worry about it. You guys are going to move, let's say, over here. Just trying to move around the map and just get as many things out here as possible. Threaten again, just keep farming out that reputation. These guys should be starting to run over here. A garrison in this location is going to be helpful to make sure we win this. That kicks them back over here. Now we're going to go ahead and move into the mountains, and they're going to spawn a new camp somewhere. We know that's going to be a thing, but it's okay. Losing the soldier I just was now placing is unfortunate, but okay. Let's get a drone and an airstrike up and running so I can just be passive about how we deal with some of these camps. As long as these guys stay contained right now, I guess I don't worry that much about it. Let's go ahead and move you there, move you guys over here, and you're actually in a really good spot to continue affecting a lot of nearby zones, so I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. Okay, these guys just got stabilized. Perfect. Ah, there's a camp over there. Do not do that. Let's try moving a soldier over here instead. See if we can clear these guys out before they become a problem. We can try to talk to these guys, and honestly, we might be able to kind of cheese out an early end to this scenario. Simply by virtue of... Oh, there we go. There goes the camp. Perfect. Thank you. Simply by virtue of surrounding these guys in one zone, if we can kill them and time that just right with the peace deal, we might be able to just end this before we even have to worry about anything. We're going to go ahead and imprison. Of course, this does antagonize, so they're going to start spawning more camps a lot faster right now, but like, oh well. Let's move you over into these mountains so we can affect a lot of areas. We got $47. My corruption seems to be pretty manageable at this point. I'm going to go ahead and get myself some extra soldiers. And nothing else really matters except for maybe corruption purges just to preserve some of my reputation. There's the coalition soldiers back. Excellent. Let's get them over here. Actually, pull back. Sorry, lose some reputation. I want these guys to retreat in a different direction. Not there. All right, we messed this up somehow. These guys were retreating over here before I pulled these guys out. Say you're sorry for that one, because that was just unfortunate and made me angry. I didn't like that. All right, we're stabilized over there now. Good. So these guys are all going to die. That's good. Bye. Okay. Then we're going to have to pull you back over here. We're going to have to pull you back over here. We're going to move you down this way. We're going to move you... actually, boo. How are we going to do this? We'll move you here, move you here, move you here. I want these guys surrounded until I get some more soldiers or a garrison. Do a long extension over here. Not a big deal. More subtle pressure against our rival makes a lot of sense. Who is the rival of this game, by the way? You just sort of you have to infer who you think it would be based on your own personal biases and experience. This guy's stuck, by the way. Look at him not even moving. That's weird. I've never seen that happen graphically before. He's completely stuck. He has no idea what he's doing. Huh. Weird. He did spawn a baby, though. That's cute, probably. Camp! Airstrike it! No! Airstrike it! Go! Go! Dang it, guys. What's the point of having airstrikes if you're not going to blow up camps? And now the city's in danger. I hate you guys so much sometimes. I do. I really do. Okay, whoops, I did not mean to hit that button. Let's get more soldiers, since apparently they're starting to get out of control. Oh, now you blow it up. Oh, now you blow it up. Thanks. Jeez. All right, garrison right here is a good location. Happy with that. Move you over here. Try to fight these guys, keep them back. And these guys died instead of retreating. That's interesting. Huh, I don't know why that happened. Oh, no! Let's see if we can get over here, but I think these experts are dead. Yeah, they're dead. We were not able to get there in time. That is one of the dangers of what is going to happen with these experts. We're going to go ahead and pull back for a sec. You're supposed to get the secure compounds for a reason, so that your people are less likely to be murdered, but oh well. New initiatives. Fitness programs, corruption awareness programs, propaganda posters. I guess I'll pick that up. Inside rebels, crackdowns, and a soldier surge. Cool. I like the free extra initiative. I mean, they're not free, but I like the extra initiatives. Just kind of add a bit of extra flavor in what's going on here. You pull back. They're about to move over here. I saw that camp. Just barely in time, but I did see it. Okay, these guys are all dead. Good. Move over here. These guys are going to die. Let's move over here so we can get rid of that camp. We're not going to agree to a peace deal because they've got too much going on over here, but that does push me up to 102 reputation, so I'll call that decent at least. Subtle pressure is going to have to do for now again. Let's move you over this direction. I still need to support some of these zones. They're not quite done yet. Got rid of that camp, though. I'm going to now start moving forward with my coalition soldiers. I'm going to leave behind my garrison troops and try to prevent any camps from spawning in some of these areas. Replacement teams. Yes, I'll spend money to get my experts back. Sorry, don't worry about what happened to the last guys. It's not a big deal. We're fine. All right, they just took a little early retirement, okay? 1 day from retirement. That's all that was going on over there. Democratic transition sounds good. I'm going to go for a soldier surge because I like the idea of having lots of extra soldiers. That seems good. And then we're going to go for prioritizing elections. That does cost a lot of money, but I don't mind. Let's go ahead and move you here, move you here. All right, so we should be able to basically just cover the rest of the map. And I think, honestly, because experts are able to affect neighboring zones, we don't have to have them in harm's way. We could just place them behind areas that I've already stabilized, and it should still be enough to win this. Let's pick up the human terrain system so we're not antagonizing people with my coalition soldiers anymore. I'm going to move you forward like so. I'm going to move you over here so we can affect better zones. And then you, I'm going to pull back, because I do think I'm actually right on that. I'd rather just go ahead and pull them back and roll out initiatives from safety. Let's do full elections, 4% chance of failure. Nope, that was fine. Cool. So we're going to get rid of that at least. Let's go ahead and move you over here. Okay, that's been cleared out. Let's move you over here. And then aside from this zone where the experts are already located, we should, nope, never mind. We should not have to worry about insurgents from here on out. Let's donate to charity. Just make sure that we get a little bit of extra support. And I'm literally just waiting for a peace deal. We are going to agree, and that is the end of it. Okay. Overall, I think the scenario plays a lot like the normal development director. The fact that the initiatives are free and can affect neighboring zones just makes this a lot easier than the normal development director would be. So, while I think this is kind of a fun scenario in the sense that you do want to rely heavily on experts, right? And you don't want to pick up things yourself because corruption's so bad, I think that, weirdly enough, the impact of corruption was not strong enough to make me feel nervous about it. And I wasn't really that desperate for my experts. I mean, experts are pretty good. We were able to stabilize the zone pretty darn easily. I didn't really have to just break a sweat. I don't know. I feel like maybe the corruption impact, if it were a bit more severe, would be better, but we were able to just ignore every initiative, so I don't know. I'm not sure how you would rebalance this. I just feel like it wasn't quite as impactful or difficult or unique as I wanted it to be. At least on paper, it seemed good, but in practice, it was just an easier way of playing the game. I do think it's good, though. I think that they did a good job with this scenario, so I will give it a thumbs up. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.